to miss our week one or week two sessions, you can easily catch up watching the recordings on our community page or on YouTube. Last week, we took our ideas from concept to creation with rapid prototype and starting building out functional user interfaces. Today, we are moving into week three, powering the prototype with real world context. We are moving beyond technical abstraction and learning how to ground our prototypes in local environment data. Whether you are a developer or a non-coder, today is all about transitioning from a clickable wireframe to a prototype that actually processes information, like triggering, mirroring this safety alert, and tide flooding, automating notifications for community leaders. So, to lead us through this, I'm so excited to welcome back our visionary speaker, Gemini certified educator, Sindhu Manivandan. Sindhu, the virtual floor is all yours.
Thank you,
Over to you.
Ajay. Thank you, team. Thank you for all the participants continuously, patiently waiting for the session. So I'm so happy and glad to meet you all again. Thank you so much for the opportunity, team. So let's get started. Okay. Ajay, may I share the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Ajay, whether it is the audio and the slide is clear.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you. So let's get started. Okay. Yes. Once again, welcome to our 4-week workshop series. First, let's focus on what we discussed in the previous weeks. So, we need to rethink about 5 pillars which helps you to master your 2026 job ready skills. And also, we learned about how to build your value by focusing on a career stack along with your technical expertise, how AI competency will help you to lead in this career stack along with human validation and critical thinking. And also, in the last week, we discussed about these two things in week one, and in week two, we focused on some core basics related to the difference between no code and no code platforms. And we discussed about AppSheet. I hope everyone focused on Google skills and experimented with the AppSheet, the power of Gemini, and also utilizing the prompts. I hope so. Everyone completed the lab. Now we pray. Okay. So far, Ajay, whether the audio is okay?
Yeah, it's audible and clear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having one question over here. Before that, participants, please just try to think about the last time you typed an address into a Maps app, whatever the map that you're using, let's say Google Maps. Think about the last time you typed an address into a Maps. Yes or no? Whether you, whether you try to search about any destination in Google Maps recently. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes. Yes. You gave it a starting point a destination, maybe some constraints to avoid highways or find the fastest route. And you expected a specific kind of output, right? Step by step. Not just a paragraph, you need a step by step. Yes, that was a pro. But we didn't call it that. But you structured it perfectly by setting up the context, which means a fastest route from source to destination or from a starting point to a destination. That is what the primary context and task. And also you set up some constraints and also certain format, output format. So every element a well-designed AI prompt needs was already there. Now imagine the same precision applied to your code, your pipelines, and your data. A well-info or well-formed or well-structured prompt, it's just not a message. It becomes a spec. It can be a test case also. So think about a task that you automated last month. Could you have written a clear enough prompt for it? Fast fingers first. Just try to just tell me the task that you automated last month during our last, it can be our previous session, whatever it is, previous weeks. Think something that you automated last month. So what I automated was about scheduling the progress as I'm focusing on training and development. So for the past 12 years, I faced some pain points, right? So based on that, I curated a schedule. That is what I automated last week. So similarly, you may find out some interesting things. Just try to mention in the chat, please. Whether my question is audible, whether my audio is okay, Azir?
Yeah, it's audible. It's fine.
Okay. Just try to think about a task so that we can start with some activity. You may feel so, or you are planning to automate in the upcoming days. Think about some idea. Because for the past few weeks, we are thinking about how to organize my Google Calendar. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you. Similarly, some other participants just try to share your thoughts so that we can quickly understand about the context of today's session. Because your inputs add value to our discussion. So just try to think about some aspect and put it in the chat or in the comment section. And one more thing. If you are not familiar with automating something, no problem. If you just have some idea, just put it on the screen. Oh, okay. Learning done. Oh, that's too great. Okay, thank you so much. So similarly, we can automate a lot of things through our prompt. Just we need a good prompt. So what makes a good prompt? What makes a good prompt? Titan, that's clarity. Exactly. Direction. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Everything starts with a prompt. Exactly. We need the examples as well. Good. Generally, we are providing a prompt to a model that generates a response based on our request. It can be simply a question or a task. And it will generate output for us in terms of text, code, images, music, and videos. Okay. So here, already we learned about a technique in our week 1 session. Anyone remember about that? Technique or a framework? By setting up a person, context, task, and the format. We discussed about this technique in week 1. Similarly, in today's session, we are just going to deep dive into anatomy of prompt. Just think about 2 different examples over here. One is zero shot prompting, another few shot. Just it depends upon your complexity of the task. You may need to provide the context or the task itself, like conduct a risk analysis for an insurance company. Simply, you're just mentioning the task column. This is zero shot prompting. Along with that, just you are simply setting up the task column. Along with that, you're adding some role information. Along with that, you're setting up the stage for the AI to perform some tasks. Just it needs to generate a report, but before that, you're setting up a role. In our future thing, you're just setting up a role as a business analyst. And also, you're just mentioning or to the AI how to respond to it. You need to pull some information from multiple resources. Just try to rate the risk level and generate. So by comparing to first and second example, it helps us to organize the information. Also, it includes content such as instructions, context, and also you will add some examples of answers, like some bulletin points or like some subheadings. Likewise, you can add up some examples also. Anyone would like to add more into this examples? Anyone want to learn more about this zero shot and few shot prompting? If everything is okay, I will proceed with that. May I proceed? Yeah. So just a simple example about zero shot and few shot prompting. If you are just providing the task alone, and then in the next example, you're just sharing the example of step-by-step instructions or output specifications along with the examples also you can add. Sorry. Okay, in week 3, why we are understanding or deep diving into the anatomy of prompt? Because here we need to understand right from idea to app. What are the different stages or biology? We need to understand the cycle clearly. If you are a beginner, you just stuck into only prompt. You just frame everything as a only prompt. That's fine. No, like that. You need to focus on all these steps to turn your idea into app. In week 1, we curated a lot of ideas. In week 2, we simply introduced App Sheet to enhance or to turn your UI into prompts. Sorry, to turn your prompts into UI. In today's session, we are going to learn one more platform by understanding how idea shifts into. For this, we need to focus on some steps. I'm dividing this into a prompt and production, which means in prompt engineering, you will be focusing on two interesting aspects: design prompt and evaluate and refine. And then in production phase, build and test and monitor and optimize. This is how the flow works. But I'm going to explain about the prompt first. We already know about what is prompt, how we have to provide a prompt, the structure, everything we discussed already. And also, you need to focus on some best practices for prompt design. Just be direct and be specific. Any examples anyone would like to add over here? Just try to state your request or ask a question as a direct question or a specific question. And also try to apply the structure. If you want any heading or a format, certain format, try to apply that, how the outcome should be. And if you're getting an answer in a one way, try to iterate and refine it so that the model can understand your view much better. And then try to level up by exploring advanced techniques behind this prompt design. May I proceed to the next phase? Participants, are you here? May I proceed to the next phase? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's delve into prompt engineering from prompt design to evaluation and refinement. So, how we can enhance it? Because we need to understand some parameters behind every model that we are working. We are working on Gemini, for example. It supports multi-model, and we have to understand certain parameters behind it. But don't worry, I'm not going to explain in too technical way. Instead, we are going to engineer a good prompt by focusing on Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. So for this, let me just try to share another tab. I will also share the link with you all so that you can check out this article. I shared in the chat. Kindly check out. So over here, on April 23rd, 2026, Gemini introduced Enterprise Agent Platform. Google introduced Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform, formerly Vertex AI Studio. But from this class onwards, this session onwards, try to search about this Gemini Enterprise Agent Platforms. this article comprises of lot of ideas wherein you can understand level by level what are all the different models are available based on these. I think there is some noise from my end. Just I was okay. Ajay, how long we can continue this session? Until 7:30 in IST? I think you're mute.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can continue for few more. Yeah, we can continue for 15, 20 minutes if the attendees are okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So kindly check out this article during your free time. So what this platform is all about? So we need to understand, we learned about prompt design, then why we need to focus on this agent platform. Definitely it will comes into your mind, right? So for this, first we need to understand simply a prompt design. What this prompt design will do simply. Okay. So let me just switch over to my presentation. If you are just learning only a prompt, okay, designing a prompt, it allows fast experimentation and fast customization. You can just apply your prompt without any machine learning background or coding skills. Simply, you can apply the prompt. That's fine. But for complex tasks, if you want to customize the AI model with some based on your requirement, if you want to customize the AI model, you need to evaluate and refine it by understanding certain parameters. So we will deep dive into those parameters. For this, we are going to understand about agent platform. So what this agent platform is all about? It's about a comprehensive machine learning development platform. It includes predictive and also Gen AI capabilities. It helps you to train and evaluate, and also deploy ML models for some forecasting purpose. And try to deep dive into the article and try to search about the features based on your use case. You can adapt to it. Okay. So, how we can practice about this agent platform or agent studio? I'm going to share a link with you all. Just a second. Yeah. So I'm going to share a link with you all to understand about Agent Studio. Let me just. Exactly. I will share the link. Yeah. Ajay, my audio is fine. May I
Yeah.
proceed?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes. So this is what our code labs for Agent Studio. And you can see this particular lab comprises of different tasks, and it got recently they updated the contents. So initially, this was all about Google Vertex AI Studio, but now they have one quarter. we changed into this class. Okay. So we already discussed about agent platform, but one we are going to learn about Agent Studio over here. So this agent platform, it's like a comprehensive development platform, but the Agent Studio will help you to test, customize the generative AI models so that you can leverage their capabilities into your application. So it's like a no code development environment for agent creation. It's like a very collaborative and visual workspace, which helps us to discover the models that and also engineering the prompts and build agents without writing a code. And we can also leverage their capabilities based on our use case. So it comprises of a lot of tasks, right? From task 1 to 5. Please try to utilize your time by starting up the code labs. One prerequisite for this is to just go with the flow. Whatever the instructions mentioned in this lab, try to go through step by step. And please don't use your account. Try to use the student account as generated in this lab. Okay. And please try to use this in always in the private mode so that you can utilize the features without blocking or without affecting your own account. So let me just show my screen. I'm just going to use this Quick Labs with this account. Okay. I understand. So after providing the consent, you can able to see the window over here. How about that with this? Everything, all the information they have mentioned clearly, step by step, that itself. But I'm just going to explain about how you can utilize it. Both you and going to just provide. So what here you can just agree and continue. We just agent platform, right? So over here, you can able to see a lot of sections. So left side, the navigation menu, click on it. You can see multiple products here from the agent platform. I'm going to utilize a studio. While it was going to test and customize the Gen AI models so that we can decorate the capabilities in our applications based on the use case. Okay. And the first time, if you're creating a prompt, if you're just demoing it will take some time to know where it is. So
Sindhu, I think there's some
from my
issue.
end, audio issue.
Yeah, just few minutes back.
Yeah, just
Can
a
you please
second.
repeat
Sorry,
a bit?
I will repeat it. Whether the screen is okay?
Yeah, everything is okay.
Yeah.
Just it was
Fine.
breaking a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from here, we are just going to utilize Studio from our agent platform. Let's click on New and different option. I'm going to start with the chat. Understand box. So far, we not uploaded. We learned about only font design, font design. At different things. If you want to try and text different model, you can also select different models available over here. You have like also third party and it's you can space. You can put to the product. Let me just try to use this desktop. And you can it's about certain time. It will take some time so that before the answering thinking level, you can also mention the thinking level. And then stood up. If you are in a JSON format, you can enable this. How we use this? Grounding. So I need to explain about this grounding a little bit. Anyone have any idea about what is grounding? If you want to ensure the generative AI models produce accurate results with updated information, because it may train few years back or something. It trains so here you can make sure that the model is produced here. It's link. Okay. Whether the Google research, such, although you can have your if you have something, you can utilize the plans in object. So you can just grounding. See, over here, you can customize with different separate options. It may be RAG engine, agent search, or elastic search. You can utilize whatever the data that your model should utilize. It should be a very favorite resource. So now I'm using Google search. The grounding can be done in any ways. You need to understand. And also, coming to region, for the testing purpose, that will be a global one. And you will understand about it for engineering related things. First, the big one we discussed about 4 or 5 different pillars. The first is about digitalized APIs. So here, this was something that you need to understand. Safety filter settings. So, next, whether your model is responsible for to solve some complex tasks related to code, you can enable it. And so certain temperatures as a specific parameters, temperature, how much token that required to generate. You can also change the values and check out. So for answering any prompt or for answering your question, how much token limit that it can utilize, and some top P, and you can see some parameters. So before choosing any kind of model, you need to familiarize with all of these parameter settings. Whenever you're choosing model, you need to understand these parameters so that you can customize an AI model with parameter by efficient tuning or any kind of tuning method that suits for your model. So for this, we need to understand certain terms: grounding, temperature, token, top P, top K, these kind of parameters and all you need to understand. But I don't want to make this class so technical. So that's why I'm just mentioning only the terms. Okay. And also you can specify the system instructions, like what's context behind this model. You are going to build a model based on your use case that works for your use case. And also you can select certain models based on the use case. And you need to provide a context to that model. And also here you can provide a prompt. And if you just see certain options, you can upload some resources from the local device and also from any file, from local storage or cloud storage, YouTube link, and also examples. So you can add some examples by providing this is how my input should be and this is how my output should be. Likewise, you can also add some examples because we learned about few short prompting, wherein we will be providing some instructions or examples, right? So likewise, we can also provide some examples over here. Similarly, a lot of options are available. Try to explore the platform so that you can just try to utilize the agent platform for the intended purpose. Due to time constraint, I just explain only the overview about the platform. Okay. Next.
Have you stopped the screen?
Oh, once again, I think I closed it, right? Okay, sorry. Yes. So I shared the labs. Okay, brain. Yes. So using Google Agent platform, try to build your idea to app based on the life cycle that we discussed. And one more thing, I forget about this. Sorry. Just a second. Yeah, I'm in the agent platform. Here, you can also deploy it in the Cloud Run, or else you can also export to GitHub. First, initially try to learn how to deploy as an app. Initial stage, it will take some time. So I will just try to show the window. Okay. Yeah, I need to do some changes, but I didn't add anything, right? So that's why it's not coming. It will try to provide a window wherein it will just ask you a confirmation whether we can deploy as an app or not. Okay. Yes. So this is how you can, using this option, you can deploy. All the instructions are clearly mentioned in this lab manual. Try to utilize the link, and whenever you're getting time, it's about 150 to 16 minutes it will take to complete. So just try to utilize the time and don't just explore only the instruction as mentioned in the code lab. Try to experiment on your own so that you can understand for different use cases what are the different kind of AI models will support based on your use case, and also you can extend to the next level and try to utilize the next steps whenever you're finding time. You will get an update from Google Skills in the official YouTube channel Also in the documentation, they mention clearly about the agent platform. I already shared the article. Similarly, just try to invest some time on watching updates in their official YouTube channel for demos and tutorials. As we started our week one session, the main objective is to don't just be a user of the future, be the reason the future scales. I hope all these 3 week session will definitely help you to just understand how to convert your idea into app. So this is what my main objective. So feel free to connect. We will explore more in the upcoming session, and also in the upcoming week, you will be showcasing your thoughts, your ideas. You can either utilize Google AI Studio or AppNet or this Vertex AI, this agent platform, whatever suits for you, or just simply, this is what my idea. You can present your idea alone. That is also fine. Whatever comes into your mind, just feel free to showcase your idea so that we can utilize what's the context is all about. And thank you so much, team. And Ajay, over to you.
Okay. Just 1 second. Yeah, that was a fantastic session, Sindhu. A massive thank you to Sindhu for another stellar presentation and for showing us how to successfully ground our prototypes in real world. So let's give her a virtual round of applause in the chat, guys. Everyone. Yes. Just 1 second. Sindhu, may I present the screen?
Yes, let me stop. Thanks.
Just 1 second. Okay. As a reminder, we are now heading into the fourth and final week of our series. So we have laid the foundation and build your UI and powered it up with the real world context. Next week is all about bringing your coastal resilience project to finish the line. So we want you all to join us for the fourth week, and please keep an eye out for post-week, post-event feedback from our GDG Brunswick newsletter, and take a quick moment to share your thoughts with us. We will see you back here for week 4, and have a wonderful rest of the day, and feel free to log off the meet once you are done. And yeah, Naomi, I think you can stop the recording, and for anyone who is facing any of the issues in the code lab, so they can wait, and I think I have to again present. Yeah. Just 1 second. So yeah, so they can wait and we can discuss whatever issues they are facing. Just 1 second. I think Naomi can stop the recording. Then we can discuss that later. Naomi, just let me know once the recording will be stopped. Give me a minute. I'm rejoining so that I can present the screen. I think there's permission. Yeah. Yes, you can stop the recording, Naomi. And for any of the participants who are facing any of the issues with the code lab,